It's 9 o'clock in the evening. Or good afternoon for the people in the US. I'm going to try to share my screen so you can see some pictures of my PowerPoint. I hope that will work. But it doesn't work. Why not? I'll try again. Oh, I have to. All right. Oh, now you can see it? Can you see the power? Okay, okay, then I'll start. So in my lecture today, I don't want to talk about a scientific or historical research, but I want to talk about my personal project that I have called Bell's Lab. Bell's Lab is like a laboratory for bell music. So what I want to do is create concert combinations of Carillon with other musical instruments, crossovers with other arts such as theater, dance, and so on. I had already been doing these kind of projects with Carillons in a tower, and sometimes I also hired a mobile Carillon, but I always dreamt about traveling around with a mobile Carillon. And since I turned 40, I had the idea that it was now or never. Most men buy a motorcycle or maybe a beautiful convertible car in their midlife crisis. I thought, let me buy a mobile Carillon. And after a few years of thinking and dreaming and calculating, I decided to develop my own mobile Carillon, and I found a good partner in the Italian bell foundry Alanconi. They realized this Carillon in August 2020, and it's as mobile as can be, and that's why I've called it the Tour Carillon, because it's especially made for touring. The Tour Carillon, I will speak about it first, and then I'll speak about the projects I want to do. The Tour Carillon is easy to transport and is also multifunctional. It can be used in and outdoor. It stands on a trailer that can be transported by a strong car, like a pickup. And another starting point for the project was that the Carillon has to look good. Now, everybody has its own opinion on aesthetics, but I think we succeeded here. From the outside, you can see the bells and not the framework, and the round shape inspires people. It's not so boring as a rectangular structure. Actually, it's half the profile of a bell that lies on the ground. But you don't have to see this in the shape. Some people see a grand piano in it in vertical position. So it's up to you. You can choose yourself what you see in it. A funny thing is also that because of the red color and the round shape, the instrument got its nickname already after 1 week. It is called the Carillon Ferrari, also because it was constructed in Italy. There are no real heavy bass bells in the instrument, but for the things I want to do with the Carillon, we don't really need bass bells. The Carillon is meant to play together with other music instruments, so the bass line can come from other instruments. The Carillon can play the melody. I will give you some numbers of this instrument. The Carillon consists of 44 bells starting from G2 and then chromatically to D6. The bells weigh about 1,300 kilo and the total weight of the instrument is 2,400 kilo. The Carillon can be divided in 4 different compartments. Each part measures 1.80 meters by 90 centimeters and weighs about 600 to 700 kilo. In this way, we can take the instrument off the trailer in 4 different parts and put it on a stage or where we want to have it. We can choose to take only one part with the 25 smallest bells, or 2 parts with 37 bells, or we take the whole instrument with 44 bells. The keyboard is the European standard. Maybe you can see it in the pictures where you have the 4 different parts. So one part is the keyboard, and then you have left and right, and then you have the 5 biggest bells at the back. For outdoor concerts, the instrument can stay on the trailer. Here you see the trailer. It can be opened on 3 sides, and then the trailer can serve as a stage. At the back of the trailer, there is room for an additional musician on a raised platform. You can't see this on this picture. But for outdoor concerts, we are ready to perform within 5 to 10 minutes. For an indoor concert, we need a little bit more time. First to deconstruct the Carillon and then construct it again. Then we need about 1.5 to 2 hours. So every Carillon is unique in its sound and in its looks. And also this Carillon is unique. The bigger bells have a decoration based on the logo of Bell's Lab. This is the logo of Bell's Lab on the left in red and black. And you can see the profile of a bell in it. In the decoration, you can also see this line, this wave. But we designed the old bell and put it on upside down. So in this way, you can see that the wave continues from bell to bell. As it's a personal project, you can also see my family on the 5 biggest bells. Here on the left, you can see the 5 biggest bells. My wife and I, we have 4 children. So every kid has his or her name and date of birth on one bell. And on the biggest bell, we printed our names and our wedding date. Also on the biggest bell, there was a quote by Edward Bok, who we know from the Bok Tower Gardens. I was there for 6 weeks in 2018, and I got inspired by the gardens and by the beautiful tower and the beautiful Carillon, and also by the person Edward Bok. The quote is, make you the world a bit better or more beautiful because you have lived in it. Actually, it's a quite simple quote, but if everybody would do this, the world could be a better place. So I like the quote. A last detail on this Carillon are the regulators of the wires, because the Italian founder couldn't find these things on the regular market. He designed his own regulators, and he designed it in the shape of a small bell. Okay, now I would like to talk about Bell's Lab and its goals, or the idea behind it, and what I want to achieve with Bell's Lab. Actually, it's my goal to introduce the Carillon in places where you wouldn't expect a Carillon. Um, I hope that Bell's Lab will find its way in the cultural sectors to festivals, events, the stage of a theater, and so on. Um, to achieve these goals, we develop different kinds of concerts, projects in different styles and crossovers. In this way, I also want to reach out for new audiences for the Carillon, and I hope they will be interested in the Carillons we can find in the towers. Actually, Bell's Lab wants to take the Carillon out of the tower and bring it literally and figuratively to the audience. I want to build a bridge between the past and the future of Carillon music. Of course, I'm not the only one, and I was inspired by the existing mobile Carillons, such as cast in bronze, or the mobile Carillon of Boudewijn Zwart, the bronzen piano of Koen van Asse and Anne-Marie Reverté, and also the Carillon of Frank Steins that traveled the world with André Rieu and his orchestra. They inspired me not only with their instruments, but also through their amazing music. I wanted to do something similar, but then with my own personal touch. So, what happened in the first year of the tour Carillon? Actually, it was the worst moment ever to launch something like this. In February 2020, Corona arrived in Europe, in Italy, right in the town where the foundry of Alanconi is located. The first victim of Corona fell in this town. So in the factory, they weren't allowed to work for 3 months. So the realization of the Carillon was delayed. But at the end of August, it was ready and I brought it to Belgium. The first show was planned in October. It was a special concert for a festival in my home village, Neerpelt. But it was cancelled on the very last day because of Corona, of course. And after this, everything was cancelled for more than half a year. I had some Christmas concerts planned, but all of them were cancelled. So I was feeling a little sad because I finally had the possibility to play with the Carillon, but I wasn't allowed to do it. But then a change set in, and Corona gave me suddenly possibilities and chances. I had the idea, and it was a good idea, to play short outdoor concerts, outdoor Christmas concerts with a vocalist in residential care centers. The residents could listen from the inside by just opening the window. So the open window concerts were born. We were commissioned by a theater or a city for a day, and we gave them 2 to 5 concerts of half an hour in different care centers of their city. With 40 concerts, it was a success and a great opportunity also for me to test the Carillon and also my driving skills with this big trailer. Another opportunity that was created thanks to Corona was that the Flemish government created a Corona grant for cultural organizations. It has never been so easy in Belgium to get a grant. So this gave me the opportunity to hire other professional musicians and try out different kinds of music. And what is more is that all theaters were empty for several months and their technicians were jobless. So the tour Carillon camped several times for a week or longer in different theaters from February until now. We weren't allowed to play concerts for an audience, but we were able to rehearse with other musicians and record music videos in these theaters with the technical support of their technicians. This was a big opportunity, which I took with both hands. And I'm not sure whether that's a good English um, sentence. So what did we do in the last 5 to 6 months? We created 4 concerts in the city of Mol. I'm a Carillon teacher over there in the music school. And since I was new, I didn't know many colleagues in the school. And I wanted to meet them. So I sent them all an email and asked them who was willing to play together with a Carillon, which was quite new for most of them. 3 of them accepted the challenge, so we could make 3 concerts plus 1. The first concert we did was a classical concert in the combination with piano, with classical music. Then we created a folk concert with violin and carillon. And a third concert was my solo project with electronic backing tracks. And the last concert was with a full band with guitar, drums, bass guitar, saxophone, carillon, and singing. In this last concert, the carillon was part of the band as if it has always been like that, like a guitar in a pop band. For the concert with the backing tracks, I composed the music myself. I made some of the backing tracks myself, but I could also rely on the support of professional musicians who have a lot more experience with making backing tracks. I would like to show part of a video which I like very much, but I'm afraid that this won't work yet. But I will tell about it. What I like about it is that we recorded sounds in the Tower of Hasselt, like, for example, the sound of the clockwork, the steps on the stairs, ticking on a bell, and so on. And out of these sounds, we made a beat. And that's how we created the song, The Clock is Ticking. I can try, but I don't think you will hear it. Can you hear it? Yes? Okay, I'm afraid I have to stop because we don't have all evening. But if you want to hear it again, you can go to the website and there you can find it. The website I will tell at the end of the lecture. But now I want to speak about some other projects. These pictures are pictures of the sunrise. I worked with two jazz musicians, so we composed music ourselves, and it should be played in the morning when the sun rises. It's actually music about how the sun rises. Also, this performance was cancelled because of Corona. We tried it 3 times and it was 3 times cancelled. We made an indoor video version for the people who want to stay in bed early in the morning. Therefore, we made a video of the sunrise that we use as background in the indoor show. And with lights and the video, we can create the right atmosphere, and you can see on stage how the sun rises and you can hear it. It's our personal interpretation about how the sun rises. On the website, of course, you can see the concert with some extra pictures of the sunrise over the Abbey of Herkenrode in Hasselt, where we wanted to play the concert for a live audience. Now we are still working on 3 projects from left to right. On the left, these you can see people lying on the ground. They are not dead. They are just relaxing, and that's the idea. Here we use the sound of the bells to build a peaceful and calming atmosphere. The vibrations of the bells work on the bodies of the people. The carillon is played in combination with piano, so the audience lies on the ground. And we did a tryout a few weeks ago, and we are working on a video that I hope will be ready at the end of the week. And in summer, we will try to play this music in the tower. A totally different concept is here in the middle. The man with the long blonde hair is a DJ. And yeah, we will play real techno music with Carillon. Why not? We will premiere it on July the 6th. It's the combination, or the name of the DJ is DJ Goldfox. He's quite known in Belgium. So I think it's going to be cool. And the last project I'm working on is with guitar player Cedric Honings. You can see him on the right. We already played many concerts together. We went on tour in Europe and the US, but now we want to combine this concert with matching cocktails, just like dinner with matching wines. We want to play it in this way. In this way, the concert will call upon all the different senses of the audience, and we will try this out on Sunday, July 4th. So I hope that we have created some new music that the audience will love, and we hope to inspire and catch attention for the carillon as an instrument for all kinds of music, future-proof. My wish is that Bells Lab will find its way to stages of festival, Christmas markets, events, theaters, and so on. It will take a lot of work to get this realized, but I enjoy this work, and it's so much fun. For the future, I keep on dreaming, and I would like to create a cooperative organization where professional musicians and other artists can work together on projects with bells or carillon. So I would say, let's keep in touch. And if you want to see or hear or know more about Bells Lab, all the videos I talked about, you can find it on our website. So I see it's 21:26 now. Maybe there are some questions.